So my name is Bart Sanders. I'm the CEO and founder of Stentit. We're a Dutch MedTech company based in the Netherlands, and we're developing the first of its kind stent, an implant that transforms into a new living artery. The first indication we want to target is patients that suffer from a progressive form of peripheral artery disease called chronic limb-threatening ischemia. These patients, they have occluded blood flow to the lower part of the foot, which is creating a lot of issues. So first of all, these patients, they develop rest pain, non-healing wounds, ulcers, gangrene, and unfortunately, still today, 25% of these patients are facing an amputation, and this needs to be stopped. So in this animation, maybe you can press play, please. In this animation, you can see how the technology is working. Yeah, I did that. That's weird for some reason. Yeah, thank you. So in this animation, you can see how the technology is working. If you implant a guide wire device, you can deploy the stent by a balloon catheter system for which we open up the artery. And if you then would zoom in into the structure, you can see it's composed of bioresorbable fibers. So your immune cells, they infiltrate into the mesh, and the interaction is triggering a natural healing response by which we can rebuild a new artery in 3 months. Over the course of 12 months, the little nanofibers, they safely resorb from the body, by which we can actually reconstruct a new artery from the inside out. So we are now in clinical stage, as last Wednesday we implanted the stents in the very first patient in a study, and we will keep on following these patients for up to 24 months in a total cohort of 10 patients in total. The technology, how it is working, is that our fibers have the capacity to expand. So if you inflate the balloon, the fibers reorganize themselves, which is also the core of our IP, which is patented in the US, the EU, China, Japan, and the UK. And we have more patents that span the whole process of our patent portfolio. We see a huge potential of this technology, not only to treat patients with lower limb ischemia, but also for other indications, not only stenotic indications, but also for aneurysm indications, to rebuild a new artery inside the existing one. On the left, you can see how our implant is performing for 12 months in an animal. You see that it's really nicely integrated with the native tissue. In the middle, you can see that we are able to reconstruct functional tissue like elastin and endothelialization within 3 months. And on the right-hand side, you can see how the implant is safely resorbing over time already within 1 year. If we look at the competition, there are conventional resorbable stent technologies currently in clinical evaluation, but the downside of these technologies is that they're all drug-eluting, they integrate very poorly with the native tissue, and therefore also have limitations to span actually to longer lengths, for which the majority of these patients are in need of. So these lesions, they can run literally from your knee to your ankle, which needs to be covered. And with our technology, we see the potential that we can treat the majority of these patients because our fibrillated structures integrate so nicely with the native tissue. We have a great team with great experience here. Next to myself as a technical founder, I also have a great colleague from Philips who helped us to go from a prototype to a real product. We have great business advisors and also a multidisciplinary medical advisory board that is heavily engaged with us. So at the moment, as the clinical trial is evolving, we want to leverage the data to raise a larger 30 million Series A round, for which we want to conduct a clinical study that should lead to market approval in the EU and in the US. From this 30 million, 10 million is already committed by the European Investment Bank, 10 million is soft commitments, but we're still looking for a lead investor or a syndicate that can do the additional remaining 10 million. So if you're interested in this technology and in its potential, please feel free to reach out afterwards. Thank you very much.